Hello, Aquascaping here, and on today's video what I'm going to do is maintain these 3 tanks, and hopefully you guys can get some good hints and tips on how to maintain your tanks at home. So I really hope you enjoy this one, and I shall see you soon. Bye. Right, first up, turn the electric off. So I'm just going to take a little water out of each so I don't get water all over the shop. First thing you do after I've dropped the water level is just clean the glass. Here I'm using that Aquarium pad from Seachem. I've used these for years now, they're great. Just with them being thin, you can get any little nooks and crannies. Remove stubborn algae. Okay, next job I'm going to trim this. As you can see, it's way overgrown, so I'm going to trim these off, and I'm going to take quite a bit down because it grows super quick. Any plants I'm talking about, I'll overlay the names of them so you know what they are, because my pronunciation's absolute rubbish. If you watch my channel, you know that. So just start snipping away, don't be shy. And what I'm aiming for here, I want like a dome shape. So I pick my line, trim away, using good quality scissors. These are just curved scissors from Aquarium, great tools. It's always good to have good tools, makes jobs easier. So these are nice and sharp. So don't be frightened, as long as you've got good sharp scissors, you can trim away. This one here, hydrocotyle, I'll just trim that off because that's a bit of excess. People often ask us what's my worst part of aquascaping, and what you see here is it. I like trimming plants, but I hate netting the plants off it. No matter how long you take, there's always something floating once you're all done and dusted. But yeah, it's got to be done, I suppose. Some of it's getting a bit carried away, so I'll just trim it away. So obviously you want it to creep over, get that creeping effect, but you don't want it getting too crazy, taking over the whole aquascape. It's getting that fine line between overgrown and looking just nice. Not so much to trim on this low energy scape, but these ones I am going to trim a bit tidier because I want to replant some. So we'll take them fairly low. Nice clean cuts with this one. Goes like a weed, this. So that's your trimmings. So I'm going to keep those. The reason I'm replanting it just hides the ugly part of the stems, and it also gives it a nice bushy appearance. Just find the spot straight down. Squeeze in, and there you go. Now with all this news, what I'm going to look for is any dying leaves, if any leaves are yellowing or covered in a bit too much algae. I'll snip them away. Again, just nice sharp scissors. Any growth that doesn't look too good, you see that that's like a really good quality leaf. And then if you see, not too bad, newbies always get some algae on it, with it being such a slow grower. Keep it out light as much as you can, that does help. But any leaves with holes in or yellowing, or just look like they're struggling, what that does is encourages new growth instead of trying to repair a plant if there's a leaf that's damaged. Okay, as yet there's nothing to trim on this tank. It's only been going for around 3-4 weeks. But what it has got is diatoms, which is nothing to worry about. It is go away itself, but it's not the best looking. So I'm going to get rid of some of that. I've added some Ottos and some Holland Neurite snails or Clifton snails, and I need to get some Amano shrimp, because Amano shrimp are really good at eating all this diatoms. But in the meantime, I'm going to get rid as much as possible, and I'll show you how I do that. You can use a siphon, sometimes you can siphon it off, but with these plants being so new, I'm frightened in case they come up. So I'm just going to twist it onto here, like so. See, it works a treat. There you go. Get as much as I can. Twist it onto the brush, bring it out. But don't be afraid of diatoms, it's perfectly normal. It can go away on its own accord, usually does. It's usually a sign of when you're first at aquarium, especially if you're using new biomedia. So in this case it's brand new matrix, and I've got quite a bit of diatoms. In the other setups, which I've used already mature media, mature matrix, I had none of this. So it goes to show. New media, diatoms, early stages. Like I've seen before, Amano shrimp are great at eating this stuff, but will just eventually go away once the tank matures. You can also use your toothbrush for any algae on the rocks if you want. There's no harm in having the green algae. Sometimes people prefer it, gives it a bit more of a natural look, but I like my rocks. I like my rocks pretty clean. Okay, now I've done that, I'm going to start siphoning out the 3 of the tanks. I usually take out around about 50% of the water, and at the same time siphon all the detritus, any dirt, out the tank as I can. So start to siphon. Then again, because this is newly planted, I'll just be careful. You can see. Just take your time, siphon as much out as you can. Same, you can just disturb it a bit. All I'm using here, I've got a 25 litre water container. I've had a fair few people asking how I keep the sand clean, and there's 2 ways of doing that. The main one, as long as I keep on top of them weekly, I usually find just doing this is good enough. So just start your siphon, watch your fish, and just gently shake it about, get as much fish poop detritus up as you can. And I was seeing another way, if it gets too bad, you can easily just skim a little bit off. So it's worth getting a large bag of sand when you get it, and keep it spare, and every now and then you can just skim some off and replace it. Just use a small cup, slowly put it into the water and sprinkle it on. Another good tip for you, if you've got algae on stones, what you do is turn around like so, then the algae underneath will die, and you can just rotate them every now and then rather than trying to clean the stone. You can see all the rubbish that comes out, so it's well worth doing. See all the stuff that comes out, you just disturb it. You can actually disturb it with your hand if you want as well. See all that coming up. For to get the little gaps, you can use some type of credit card. You have my trusty little Joyce gave us wheel. And that'll get in the gaps, so see there. If things are taking your time and taking time with things, give everything straight down, stop them drying out, especially with the lights on, because the light's so hot to dry out quick. Okay, so maintenance all done. Time to fill, which is a good part. All I do, I use the collar, which is a good trick from George Farmer. If you follow George Farmer, they're handy to stop stuff going everywhere. This hose is actually attached to a thermostatic valve at around 25 degrees Celsius, so the temperature for the water is spot on. I got that fitted and it's been a godsend, no messing with water temperatures. Obviously make sure you add your water conditioner. 90 prime. Let's go to time lapse. So there we have it, maintenance done. One thing I haven't done is the filters. I'll leave that for another video, and to be honest, I haven't had time today to do the filters, but they're okay anyways. I know I've done them, I think it was only about half a week ago, so they're fine. But I will show that in a further video when I'm doing one tank, not three. Couple more bits to do. I'm going to do is clean the glass. All I use for this is white vinegar, simple. Obviously make sure you don't get the water. What's putting on a nice clean tank if the front of the glass is rotten. I'll show you a lazy trick if you can't be bothered. Dip your fingers in, splash, easy done. Do you know what it is? Just as good as the vinegar, so I don't know why I use the vinegar. So one more thing I'm going to use Flourish Advance, because it's really good for stimulating new root growth after a heavy trim, which I've done. As per bottle instructions, which is 1 cap full per 80 litres, so 3/4 of a cap in these 60 litre aquariums. So for the plants, I'll feed the fish a little later, once they've settled a bit. I've had enough of me messing with them, so I'll give them a nice treat later. So that's it. That's how I maintain these 3 aquariums. I really do hope you're getting something from this video, any hints, tips, or you just like to see how I maintain them. Because I've had people comment and saying there's no water on there, you're photoshopping them, your tanks never look that clean. Honestly, they do. In fact, this sounds big-headed, but some of them look better in the flesh than what I do with photographs. So, yeah, I'm not telling parties, I'm not just making things up. These are how the tanks look, and this is how I maintain them. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, and you'll not miss a thing. Okay, so again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Appreciate it. Very much appreciated. Enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. Big thing.